So during COVID really, I was sort of a little bit down, getting very unfit, had a bit of time on my hands. I started looking on the internet to see sort of what communities there were for sort of transplant patients, and I stumbled upon the Transplant Games. I then sort of got in touch with my team manager for the Newcastle Adults team, and she told me all about the games, what they do, and then I sort of signed up to go to the Leeds Transplant Games in 2022, and sort of had my first games there. That was how it got started. Australia was fantastic, to be honest. It was really nice actually sort of arriving there and seeing the World Transplant Games banners, so that you knew that you'd arrived in a real event. We've been training up to it as well, so I've been getting to know some of the GB teammates, and it was just sort of every day. It was such a nice, welcoming community. The spirit of competition was so vibrant, and everybody was sort of really doing their best and also having a great time and just sort of celebrating sort of the gift of life that they've been given. The first day, I won silver in the team 5k, which was a really good way to start things off. So Team GB is the three fastest of every country sort of had their times up together, and we came second, so that was really good. I then went on to my 10-pin bowling, and I won a bronze in the singles, and then the next day I won a silver in the doubles with Brett, my teammate. And then sort of on the final day we had the triathlon relay, and I was the runner. We had a sort of a swimmer and then a cyclist and then a runner, and I sort of really pushed myself in the last leg, in the run and the last leg, and I sort of overtook the Australian with about 800 metres left to go, to sort of take the gold for GB on the last day, which was a really fantastic feeling. It's always good to sort of show the bling, and it was fantastic sort of bringing the medals in to the team as well, because they sort of supported me sort of at Newcastle. They were sort of very happy for me, so they wanted to see my medals. I've shared it with my friends, my colleagues, everybody's sort of been really happy to see them, and obviously it generates questions and it makes people sort of think about transplants and what we can actually achieve. Newcastle Hospitals charity were the first people to sort of add to the funding pot really, so it really sort of jump-started my fundraising. It meant that I could get my flights out there. It meant that then once I'd got that funding I was definitely going, and so the training really sort of kicked up a notch, and it just, I wouldn't have been there with Newcastle Hospital Charities, to be honest. My team's been brilliant, sort of the IPIRS team at Newcastle Hospitals has been brilliant. The charity, the Newcastle Hospitals Charity, has been fantastic. I've also been sort of got some funding from mostly kidney charities, because I'm a kidney recipient. So I got Kidney Care and the Tyneside Kidney Patients Association, they sort of helped out. The St James Knott Foundation Trust. So everybody's been fantastic, and sort of even support as well, my friends, family, the community as well. So the North East community has been absolutely fantastic in getting behind me, and my wife as well for sort of putting up with the training and actually coming along and helping me to get there. There's different levels to the Transplant Games. So we start with the British Transplant Games. It's a really, really inclusive environment. So anybody who's had a transplant, or even live donors, we all get together and we compete and we celebrate together, and we sort of, there's a massive camaraderie and a really sort of feeling of sort of belonging there that everybody really should have the chance to be a part of. When it comes to the British, it doesn't matter whether you sort of a very sporty person who's really good or somebody who's just trying something for the first time. It's sort of a really supportive environment. If you are a bit more serious in your sports, then we've got the European Games and we've got the World Games. The next World Games are in Germany in 2025, and obviously if you sort of start picking up the transplant sports now, then you'll still be able to get over to that and compete for Great Britain, which would be really good. But it's just such an experience, and it shows really what transplant patients can do. It's just really, it inspired me to get fitter, to be better at my sports, and to just sort of all around be a better person. And it also helped me to be kinder to myself as well. So I think it's been really good for my mental health as well as my physical health. And yeah, I'd recommend anybody to do the same and just give it a go and see what you think.